here is about labor justice. If your employer is not paying your wages, if your employer is not giving you health insurance, if your employer is not giving you contracts, those are issues that violate the rights of a worker. And those are issues that should enable someone to access justice in the context of fair, decent work environment. How do we resolve disputes and grievances? How do we ensure that when you are at work, you are productive? What facilitates you to be productive in your work? The condition of work should be good. The machine for you to work should be well maintained. Those with cameras should be good cameras that can make you deliver. If you have machinery, it should be machine which does not have safety issues. If there are hazardous materials, you should be given protective gears to protect you from ensuring that you work in a decent environment. So when we talk about the theme of access to labor justice, those are what we are talking about. How do you make sure that the workers are protected? There are issues around unfair dismissal. You wake up in the morning and you are met with a letter that you've been suspended, you've been dismissed. And yet the law talks about due process if you are to dismiss or suspend a worker. There are people who stay 3 months, 4 months, you are not being paid. And an employer just wakes up and says, we don't have money. Your arrears of 6 months, 7 months cannot be paid. The working condition is bad. Security is not sufficient. The wage you earn cannot even support you to transport yourself to work. That is what we are saying. How just is that condition of work? How can you access justice in such circumstances? For women, there are places where you are sexually harassed in your workplace. There are bosses that are violent to workers. That makes the issue of justice the cornerstone. How does a worker obtain justice? How does a worker work in an environment which is productive, which is decent, which makes him or her give labor in exchange for wages that sustain himself or herself? So as we welcome International Labor Day commemoration, it is crucial that we acknowledge that we have the legal framework and other institutions to protect the rights of workers, but also ensure that the obstacles are discussed and that there are legal instruments and frameworks that you can handle your disputes and seek for solutions. We have several laws that are in place handling this. The National Employment Act of 2006, the Occupational Safety and Health Act of 2006, the Workers' Compensation Act, Capital 5. It enjoined that the employer must compensate you when you are injured during your work. We have the National Social Security Fund Amendment Act, which enjoins all employers to deduct your NSSF Social Security and remit to your accounts. We have the Labor Unions Act, which compels employers to allow you to form unions in your workplace so that you can collectively bargain for better terms and conditions of your pay. All this provides the framework to support the workers' rights. So we call upon workers who are experiencing those challenges that are articulated related to their rights, that you can report to the labor officers